Welcome to VHS Voyage, where we are on a journey to find, watch, and discuss movies on VHS we've never seen or never knew existed. I'm Matt.
I'm Devin.
And in today's episode, we're going to talk about
Chill Factor.
Today on VHS Voyage, we're going to get real chill and talk about Chill Factor. The tagline is, 2 guys, 1 bomb, and a whole lot of ice cream, and Devin wants to f***ing kill me right now. All right. So, Chill Factor is the movie we're talking about today, and Devin hates me, which is fine. But before we start talking about the movie, Devin, you got any facts or information about Chill Factor?
What I'm about to say is not a joke.
Okay, I'm intrigued.
This is directed by Hugh Johnson.
Whoa. Hugh or huge?
Hugh, but say
Hugh.
Say it. Huge Johnson.
Hugh Johnson. Hugh Johnson.
Bro, that's unfortunate.
Johnson.
That's very unfortunate.
Nice.
IMDb?
IMDb, I'm going to say 4.
It's higher. I was shocked.
5.7.
5.2.
Okay, 5.2.
All right, Rotten Tomato critic and audience is available.
Critic, 10.
9.
I was close.
Yeah.
I was close. Audience, 2.5.
You keep
25.
You keep doing decimal units. This dude's tripping.
25.
It's 30.
30, okay.
This stars Cuba Gooding Jr. and Skeet Ulrich and a bunch of homeless people they put off the f***ing street, apparently. This bombed at the box office bad, from what I was seeing. I mean, it bombed bad. Weirdest fact about the movie, I noticed it as soon as it came up on screen. I was so confused. I was like, what? When I saw it in the opening credits, Hans Zimmer does the score for this.
Wait, what?
Yeah. And bro, this is not like early Hans Zimmer. He would have already done Lion King. He would have already done True Romance, Thin Red Line, Gladiator. He would have already done all that.
You know what's really weird? Like, you saying that is freaking me out because I thought the score was not good in this movie.
It was not.
Yeah.
But I was like, that's so weird. They got Hans Zimmer to do this. Now I will say this is Warner Brothers, so they had Warner Brothers money to pay him. Mm-hmm. He probably got a good paycheck for it. But
dude, he probably read the script and he was like, "Fuck this movie! I'm gonna make a shitty score for this."
He would have already been like one of the biggest composers in Hollywood. What's
Chill Factor about? All right. So essentially, in Chill Factor, you've got this secret military project where they're creating a bioweapon that
I'm good.
They're creating a bioweapon that has to stay under 50 degrees Fahrenheit or it will ignite. And this bioweapon just I guess it releases some chemical cloud that causes people to disintegrate or something. I don't know. But anyways, the military and some scientists are creating this bioweapon. The experiment goes horribly wrong, kills a bunch of military folks. The commander gets arrested. He goes to military prison or something for 10 years. And then he breaks out. He becomes a villain. So he's a villain now. We'll talk about that more in a minute. He's a villain now after his 10 years in military prison. And essentially what happens, just to quickly recap the plot off, is the scientist gets a hold of the bioweapon, which is called Elvis, because the commander's trying to get it to sell it on the black market. And it ends up going into the hands of Cuba Gooding Jr. character Arlo, who is an ice cream truck driver, and Skeet Ulrich's character Tim Mason, who works at a diner. They get a hold of Elvis and they are instructed by the dying scientist to deliver it to a military base, but they have to keep it under 50 degrees Fahrenheit or it will go off. So they use the ice cream truck and they go on a frantic chase to the military base. And this leads into my first big problem with this movie. It takes 30 minutes to set the plot up. You don't even get like the plot set up until like 35 minutes into the movie is finally when they get the fucking bomb from the scientists and they start the journey to take it to the military base.
Chill Factor. First thing I'll say, it's the most 1999, 2001 movie ever.
Yeah.
They're like, let's get these 2 young and up and coming actors, throw them in a buddy movie.
Yep.
God.
So it's an action comedy, right? But I feel like this movie doesn't know when to be. It tries to be too serious at times. But then when it tries to be funny, but it's not funny. None of the comedy lands.
And they have no chemistry. They have no chemistry as actors. Like, it does not blend well at all. Their timing's not good.
Yeah. There's a couple of moments when I knew this movie was going to be dumb. First moment was when the military test was going wrong. The special effects were awful. But the moment that I knew this movie was going to be dumb, Devin, when the scientist was seeing on the camera, when the bomb went off, the bioweapon went off, and it started killing the soldiers that were frantically trying to escape, he looks at this camera screen and he goes, I am become death. I am destroyer of worlds or some shit.
I don't even remember that.
But dude, I'm just sitting here like,
My God, I am become death, the destroyer of worlds. No!
nobody would fucking say that when they're watching a bunch of soldiers getting brutally killed by a bioweapon. Nobody would say that to a screen,
and bro,
man.
and dude, when this weapon goes off, it looks so bad.
Oh, so bad.
And then 5 minutes later, the dude's in the bad guy is in prison.
Yep.
Not a normal prison. He's in some hole in the ground and probably under the Pentagon or something.
Yeah.
And Matt, it jumps 10 years and he says the dumbest shit I've ever heard in my life. Because he's mad that the government imprisoned him and now he wants to get his fight back against the America that threw him in a hole in the ground.
Yeah.
Even though he was there when this awful weapon murdered a bunch of people.
Right.
So what are you mad about, you bitch?
The way they set him up to be a villain was just so dumb.
And he's just not interesting at all.
No.
Most stereotypical villain ever.
Yes.
Ever.
Yes.
Chill factor.
Chill factor, everybody. So Mason, at the beginning of the movie, is set up to be this loser that's gotten in trouble a lot. But somehow, he's this like super intelligent badass.
Dude, I put that in my fucking notes. I was like, how is he a badass? He beats the shit out of everybody.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, it explains his backstory. He is not trained in any sort of martial arts.
Nothing.
He was not some sort of athlete. He was a guy that accidentally paralyzed his friend in a drunk driving accident. Maybe he's a fucking X-Men, and maybe when this fucking car crashed, they hit a giant vat of chemicals, and this chemicals turned him into fucking Chuck Liddell. Maybe that's what happened. Maybe he's a mutant.
Oh, God.
And he's been living in a sewer in the ground, eating pizza and getting trained by a fucking rat that talks.
So, all right. So how does Arlo come into the picture? Arlo brings a delivery of ice cream to the diner, right? And he's trying to get paid for past bills. Turns out Arlo stole the ice cream delivery truck because he wasn't getting paid enough or something by the guy that owns the ice cream company. I don't know. But the scientist shows up with Elvis. He's bleeding all over the place. He instructs Arlo and Mason to use the ice cream truck to deliver it to hundreds of miles away. Or deliver it to the military base. If it goes off, hundreds of people will die. Or within hundreds of miles.
Oh, it's like millions of people.
Yeah, millions of people would die within hundreds of miles.
Even though they're in rural.
Yeah.
Where were they?
Fucking, I don't know.
Somewhere in the desert or something, like the most rural. I'm definitely gonna edit you as a dog. You're gonna be forever a dog in the videos.
So the scientist guy's dying, and dude, his death acting was awful. Devin, please throw a clip in of his death acting. It was so bad. He was like,
You're the only one I can trust. The only one who understands what this means.
When I read ice cream truck, right, I'm thinking neighborhood ice cream truck.
yeah, right. That's what I was thinking. The same thing.
I'm thinking a kid with a pinwheel hat here on the side of the road with this $5 bill trying to wait for this ice cream truck. No, it's just a big trailer that delivers ice cream to stores.
Yeah.
It's not an ice cream truck.
Yeah.
It's not.
Yeah.
It is not the traditional ice cream truck on a hot summer day where I want a SpongeBob cone.
Yeah, exactly. So, all right.
That pissed me off.
So the scientist dies. They hide him in the back because the commander and the mercenaries are in town trying to find him. He outsmarts the commander talks his way through the commander being in there, sneaks to the ice cream truck, and gets away when all these mercenaries are all over town.
Here's something else. In a matter of 30 seconds... In a matter of 30 seconds, they're looking for the scientists in this town, and the bad guy looks over at the diner and goes, "Oh, like, let me go walk over here." In a matter of 30 seconds, they get the scientist's dead body off the ground, stick him in a freezer or something.
And there was no blood on the floor, dude.
Here's the thing, though. There was blood on the floor, and then it's gone.
Yeah, oh, yeah, right.
This movie is my worst nightmare, bro.
Let's talk about the first action sequence where they're driving the ice cream truck. They're being chased by all the mercenaries. A guy somehow jumps onto the ice cream. Oh, he jumps off his motorcycle and jumps onto the ice cream truck and gets in the back of it. And then Skeet is like, or Mason is like, "I'm gonna get this guy," and he gets out. He doesn't have a gun. He has a gun, but it has no bullets. He climbs across the side of the ice cream truck while it's speeding down the interstate and gets in a fight with this dude on top of the ice cream truck. Oh, can we also... The bad guys in this movie die brutally.
Dude, I put that in my notes. It's so brutal and unnecessary.
Yeah.
They don't need to be killed like that. Also, it's brutal, but it's not realistic.
Right, not at all. Because one bad guy gets hit by a truck and just explodes. His body explodes.
Also, in this fight you were talking about, Cuba Gooding Jr. swerves the truck at a rock that's overhanging.
Yep.
And this bad guy smashes into this rock. Blood goes everywhere.
They're brutally killing these guys, and they're just laughing and joking about it.
Yeah. Also, the bad guys brutally kill people. They like break into this science lab to kill Elvis. They're like slitting people's throats.
Yeah, dude.
And it's like showing it. I'm like, what the hell?
Yeah. Eventually, the ice cream truck wrecks, and they decide they're going to steal a boat and sled downhill to the river in this boat.
I forgot about the boat.
With the
I forgot about the boat.
So, like, one of the things that they try to do in this movie is, how are Mason and Arlo going to keep this bomb under 50 degrees Fahrenheit? So there's coolers and ice and keeping it in the water in the river. But the boat scene was ridiculous, dude.
Yeah, here's another thing.
It misses every tree. Did you notice that? There's trees all over the place, and the boat
somehow
misses every tree.
There's a magical trail going off a cliff in the forest that this boat just happened to go down. Oh, and get this. The ice cream truck is gone 45 minutes into the movie.
Yeah.
It gets destroyed.
Yeah. Yeah.
So this whole thing about ice cream trucks didn't even matter. It wasn't even in the movie that much.
Also, but going back to the boat scene, when the boat's going downhill, there's a bunch of banjo music playing. Did you notice that?
Yeah.
So eventually the military actually catches wind of what's going on. They pursue. Eventually they catch the commander while he has the bioweapon. And bro, they literally could have killed him right there and took the weapon. They could have shot him. He put the bioweapon back in the canister. They could have shot him. It would have been fine. It would have hit the ground like 5 feet. And then they would have got the weapon. Even though it wasn't really there. It was a bluff. It was a decoy.
Oh, you guys want to know what the decoy was? He went into a fishing shop and then he literally put a bunch of fake bait into some tubes, and the bad guy thought that the fake bait was still the blue ooze that created this mega weapon. Chill factor.
The police officer from the beginning of the movie, we forgot to mention him. There's this cop that hates Mason's character. He hates Mason's character. So he pursues him, obviously going out of his district, out of his jurisdiction. He ends up in this tunnel. How the fuck did he even...
I don't know. Here's another thing. There was another cop that was his partner.
Yeah.
That actually was trying to back up Mason. He disappears from the movie.
Completely disappears.
I thought he would be there to be like, "No, Sergeant.
Yeah.
Mason's good.
Yeah.
Mason's fine."
Yeah. Nope.
He's fucking Houdini and he disappears.
So you're in this. They're in this tunnel, right? And they're so close to getting this to the military, but it's also at like 49 degrees. And the military's like, we got to seal this tunnel off. You're not going to get out in time. So they blow up one end of the tunnel. Then this redneck's like, I got a cooler. I had some beer in it. And so they put the weapon in the cooler, surrounded in ice. The temperature starts to go down. They're like, wait, don't seal the tunnel. We figured it out. We can make it out. So before they sealed the tunnel, they blew the bad guys' vehicles up, both of them, with a rocket from the helicopter. Fucking exploded both
Don't even
vehicles.
remember that.
And somehow, the commander and the female survive.
Oh, okay.
Somehow they survive getting exploded.
They're like, how are we going to get out of this tunnel if they seal it and they blow it up to where we can't get out? They look up. They look up, and there's a ladder leading to back to the Earth's surface.
Yep. Dude, and then comes the most predictable moment. And I knew this was gonna happen. I knew the weapon was gonna go off in some kind of contained environment and it was gonna kill the commander. I knew an hour before it happened, I knew it was gonna happen. Awesome. And then it was a brutal death, dude.
Awesome.
Now I know what you're saying. This is a schlocky late 90s action movie, right? It's not, you're supposed to suspend disbelief in a movie like this, right? You're supposed to go into it suspending disbelief. But
there's a line.
There is a line.
Yes.
And they crossed that line.
This movie's my worst nightmare, like I said. A man he had something traumatic happen in his past. By the way, he was a drunk driver that got his friend paralyzed. You're such a good friend. He's grizzled now. I'm gonna move to small town America and eat porcupine nuts and pine cones and tree barks and shit, or whatever it is they do when they move to small town America. And then I'm gonna get a job at a diner. And then somehow I'm George St. Pierre. I'm a badass, and I'm punching trees in the forest for fun, and then I'm gonna somehow run across comedic relief, best buddy, and we're gonna go on this adventure where we kill a bunch of people and a bunch of stuff happens with a stupid ass villain in an ice cream truck. What kind of ice cream do you like, Matt? Chocolate or vanilla? You know what I fucking like? I want my ice cream to have fucking melatonin in it so I can be put to sleep and live like a squirrel for 6 months and eat a bunch of acorns in a fucking tree. That's what Chill factor.
I think it's safe to say this is not a keeper. This is not a movie that we're ever going to watch again. It's going to be a giveaway. VHS.Voyage on Instagram if you want to enter the giveaway. Click the link down below, or just go to Instagram, type in VHS.Voyage. You'll see the post for it. You have 1 week from the day this video goes live to enter the giveaway if you want to win this amazing masterpiece of a movie, Chill Factor. That's it for today's episode of VHS Voyage on
Chill Factor.
I'm Matt.
I'm Devin.
And we'll catch you guys in the next one. It's probably going to be another bad movie.